Don and Mimi Galvin married shortly before Don left for the Pacific during World War II. Though they were still very young, they deeply loved each other. They shared a grandiose ambition. Don wanted to become an influential figure in the State Department, whispering into the ears of future presidents. However, things didn't work out that way. Don had a hard time transitioning out of the military and political science. Mimi was not pleased with the whole transition, but it was a sacrifice she had to make. Soon after, she had her first child, and she became happier. 11 other children followed after that, and the first 10 were boys. This story is a family story that became the research basis for schizophrenia. In 1963, the Galvins moved their family to a split-level house in Hidden Valley Road, Colorado Springs. Then signs of mental illness appeared in 2 of their children. The first symptoms appeared in Donald, who began behaving very Colorado State, the school he was attending. In just a short time, he has visited the hospital 4 times for many reasons. One of the reasons he went to the hospital was because he jumped into a bonfire, which is alarming for anyone. After the bonfire incident, Donald received his first psychiatric evaluation in which a clinical psychologist found evidence of emotional conflicts. While his counselor allowed him to resume his classes, the psychologist recommended seeking additional counseling. But what started as a promising endeavor soon took a turn for the worse. Donald's relationship with his love interest merely didn't last long, and he found himself alone and without any money to pay for his rent. He spent hours talking on the phone and missing out on valuable class time. Donald was eventually diagnosed with schizophrenia after another hospital visit because it was discovered that he had conversations with himself amongst other odd acts. Schizophrenia was a relatively new term at the time. There was a theory that mothers caused schizophrenia in children back in the day, and Donald's parents were fully aware of this. This thought process that people had factored into their thinking of avoiding putting Donald in a mental health institution. Not only that, mental institutions were pretty much a hellhole those days. People with mental health conditions were treated like trouble and were practically punished like war victims. Mimi and Don were sure to protect their son from this kind of trouble.